Here we are. My name is Ramshi, and I'm going to talk about staying sober. I've been sober for about 11 months. I have a drinking problem, and I'm going to just talk about, you know, kind of a long form explanation of what got me to the point where I had to quit and how I've managed to keep off it for 11 months because I didn't really think that was something I would ever be able to do, which I'm sure a lot of you can relate to if you have a similar drinking problem or something like that. You just can't imagine ever getting out of it. Um, I guess we should start with it all started when I was 19. I'm 28 now. When I was 19, I was a fire-eyed young man, as they say, and I ended up getting into a relationship with a 29-year-old woman. Somehow, I don't know how. I was not experienced sexually. I didn't have any money. I didn't have a job. I didn't have anything, but we fell in love somehow and we tried to make it work. And we were together for about 6 years. So the reason I start with this is not because she got me into drinking, but because basically we were in love and she was 10 years old, 10 years ahead of me in a lot of ways. And she wanted to have a kid, of course. And I thought I would be ready by the time I was like 25 or so, but I wasn't. And I really didn't have any idea what I was doing. I had no business making that type of commitment to somebody at that age, is what I realize now. But all the pressure of that, trying to be successful at music, which I had no idea how to do, or even what that meant, by that age to have a kid with her that was just a ton of pressure on me over the course of this 6 year relationship or so. And it really fucked with me. And gradually, especially after we moved out, I began drinking more and more and more, and sometimes in secret. And then our relationship got more distant as we realized it wasn't going to work. And then finally, when we did break up, I already had a little seedling of a drinking problem. I was already drinking every day, getting seriously drunk on the weekends and sometimes on the weeknights. And she eventually dumped me, or we went our separate ways, and it went full blown. I went from thinking, you know what, I'm gonna probably have to figure out how to have a kid and do all this stuff, to I don't care about anything. I went complete nihilism, basically. As far into nihilism as I probably will ever go, hopefully, in my entire life. I just didn't care about anything. I didn't have a place to live. I couch surfed for an entire year and was extremely drunk the whole time. I was living out of a bag, sometimes a laptop bag, sometimes a full backpack. Was barely showering, barely changing my clothes, and was just fucking wasted the whole time. And luckily, I did have a couple of good friends. I was in a band, and we all were able to drink together and be self-destructive and have fun. And this carried on for about 2 years because at the year point in that, I realized, okay, this is going to end eventually. I couldn't keep it going, but I ended up meeting a girl who let me stay at her place, and we ended up falling in love too. And she was also a heavy drinker, and we ended up spiraling deeper together into this alcoholism, drug use. Then I started drinking every morning, and we started doing, cocaine, snorting Adderall. We started doing mushrooms frequently, although mushrooms not really seen in the same category. And then after a year of that, she dumped me, understandably so. And then I was at just such a horrible low point. I ended up getting this room in my dad's house. And I just kind of was laying there in this horrible, horrible spot where I had nothing. I had nothing and no one. And the band was falling apart. I had nothing. Oh my God. The fucking lowness. I can't even describe like the feeling of I'm sure some of you have been in similar positions and even worse positions, maybe even a lot worse, but the feeling of getting older and just fucking up so bad that you have like nothing, and knowing that you have potential. And this is where getting sober comes in, because I think basically for somebody to get sober, it has to be for a mostly selfish reason. And the reason I say that is because I grew up with two parents who have drinking problems. And no matter how hard I tried to talk to them or reason with them, or what I thought was talking to them and reasoning to them growing up, they would never ever change, not even for their own kids. So I kind of knew early on in life what alcoholism was, and I always swore it would never touch me, but hey, obviously it did, and I'm not really surprised. I'm sure nobody else is either. But what really made me want to quit is what I'm saying was thinking that I could potentially do something great. This Ramshi thing is what made me basically want to quit, just to say, like, look, you're 27. At the time when I quit, I was 27. You are getting older. You are almost 30, and you have this passion for this music thing. You're very skilled. It's all you think about. It's all you do. But you have this horrible drinking problem. And the drinking problem is a symptom of this thing that you have fucked up, and this pain you have within, and this horrible guilt you have. And if you don't get rid of that, if you don't figure that out, if this gets worse, you're not getting out of it. Like, that was my reasoning with myself. I was like, you have an opportunity right now to make this better. And if you don't take it, you're going to be so fucked. I was already fucked. And I couldn't imagine it getting worse. I said, if you want to do something good with your life, you have to change. So that's why it's a selfish reason. I don't have a girlfriend. I don't have kids. I don't have a band anymore. I do have some very nice friends who I love, but I don't have anyone saying, Rob, quit drinking for me, for the kids, for us, for our life. No, it's all for me. I quit drinking for me and nobody else. I quit drinking for my own potential because I know I can do something great, and I know I wasn't going to be able to do that if I continued drinking. That's it. And that's why I think if you want to quit drinking, it has to be for this sort of selfish reason, you know? I remember I was talking to a friend of mine, and he was telling me how although he was getting in all this debt for going to school, he still wasn't going to class, and I started basically yelling at him, because I'm like that. And he said, well, don't act like you're so great, you're an alcoholic. And that alone made me really want to quit more than anything else, because I wanted to be able to go back and keep giving him shit. So just things like this can be your motivator. A lot of times you think it has to be something that tugs at your heartstrings that motivates you, like your relationship, your kids. As far as my experience goes, those things do not make people quit drinking. Maybe I'm wrong. I could be wrong. Everyone's different, but I think it should come from a selfish, self-desired reason. You think you could be better for you. Otherwise, as soon as these people who want you to quit drinking look away, you're going to go right back to drinking, because it's not for you. It's got to be for you if you want to get sober. That's my realization. And then once I did get sober, let me start by saying this. I was sick of being this tortured, failed artist addicted to alcohol, in pain, suffering poetically. Oh, he's a tortured artist. I was sick of that. I didn't want to be that anymore. I wanted to grow up. So when I quit, I became more of a tortured artist. It sucked. My anxiety went through the roof. It was so difficult just to almost not, I don't want to say function, but just do like social things. Like things I would be used to doing would just make me so nervous. Just so fucking nervous, and like it's embarrassing stuff, like just being with like a group of people and just being so scared to go talk to them. Like people that I knew just being like, Rob, you have to go socialize. It's okay. When I was drinking, I would go up to anybody. Didn't matter. And you know what? That led to a few embarrassing moments, and some I'm not going to share because I thought I was going to share certain things, but I'm not going to, like, either way. But I got over it, and the things that happened, I mean, if that doesn't make you want to start drinking, nothing will. Like when you're so nervous that you just feel like you're a little kid. You feel like you're 13 years old, but you're actually 27 because you've used alcohol to overcome so many moments in your life. But now that you're without it, you feel like everything's happening for the first time. So that took me it took me about 10 months to start feeling good. I only started feeling good sober probably about 10 months. So now I'm at 11. So I've been feeling good for about 1 month, maybe 2. Let's say 2 months. I've been feeling good for 2 months. And I feel better than I ever have, even in periods of being deeply in love, periods of having lots of sex, periods of being successful. I feel better now. It's crazy. It's fucked. I actually do. I feel very happy. Somehow I got out of it. I was so depressed a little while ago. So if you try to get sober, just know that Eventually it will, all the depression, the flatlining stuff, it will slowly get better. Like, you're just getting used to your life now. You don't have that pleasure source that you used to and that you love. I mean, drinking's one of the only things you get joy from, you know? And you need to learn how to live without it. It takes a while to learn that. It did for me. And I just am really trying to hold on to it, but I don't feel like I don't feel like I'm going to drink again. I don't want to. I feel like I did it, and if I look back, it represents everything I hate about myself, everything I hate about the world, everything I hate about all people is reflected in alcohol. I just fucking hate it. It's ruined so many things in my life from the day I was born, when it comes down to my parents drinking, when it comes down to just traumatic childhood memories of my parents being drunk and yelling at each other, or being in a car with one of my parents knowing they were drunk, you know, just seeing them let their lives and their relationship fall apart in lieu of this drug, or at least in part from this drug, seeing some of my best friends become way more of an alcoholic than I was, and seeing them lose their dreams and lose their lives. And well, I shouldn't say lose their lives, but you know what I mean, because I don't really know anyone who's died. And it's crazy. Like, I can't believe that I made it out. It seems like a bad dream, and the longer I go looking back, the more cringy it gets, because now I'm this new person. You don't even understand how much better I am now. It's ridiculous. If you're in the zone right now where you're laying there in bed drunk watching videos about getting sober and you want to change your life, like, I am so much better now. I am like a totally different person. And I honestly feel like everywhere I go, people like love the shit out of me now. It's crazy. Before, I mean, they did, but like, people like listen when I talk and shit now. I don't know why. It's something about just having sustained sobriety that just makes you like, it just makes you fucking smart, and it makes you clear. And I'm talking about sustained. I'm talking about not like you're getting drunk on the weekends. I'm talking about do like 10 months totally sober. And like, your mind will be fucking like bing, like you will, like, the faculties within, like the full resources of your being, it's like, it's there, man, and you've been ignoring it for all these years. Like the alcohol is not doing you any favors, man. You could get over it. You could do it. Obviously, I can't give medical advice, because some people, when they try and quit, they have bad withdrawal. If you're at that stage, you might need to go. Like, I'm not a doctor, but wow, like, I'm really glad I stuck it out. And I feel like if your drinking's bad enough, you already know that you have no option to keep doing it. It's gonna kill you. Like, you have no option to keep doing it. If you have nothing in life, like me, and you're an alcoholic, you have to stop so that you can make something of your life. Like, it's fucked, you know. Like, way to fucking drop the ball. That's what being an alcoholic is. It's like your life, you're just dropping it. Like, you're dropping the fucking ball of your life if you're an alcoholic. And you're dropping it all the time. If you're an alcoholic, you will always let people down. I should say active alcoholic. If you're an active alcoholic, you will always let people down. How many times did you know, my dad say that to me growing up, like, son, I will never be drunk like that again. Next day, I see it myself with my, you know, in my relationships and stuff, like saying horrible things to my, you know, ex-girlfriends or friends, and just apologizing, knowing full well I was going to do it again, because I was just going to get drunk again, and then the demon was going to come out. Like, you can't. You're not in control. You need to be in control of your life if you want to make something of your life. Things sometimes are great that accidentally happen to you, but usually they're not. And like, I can't even describe how beautiful it feels to be sober now. As I said, even being in the throes of falling in love with somebody does not feel as good as me being sober for 11 months. It's fucked. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you, but that is actually true. I don't know what, that doesn't make sense. That doesn't make sense, but I'm not lying. Doesn't make sense, I'm not lying. It feels better than being in love, because for the first time in my entire adult life, I'm okay with being myself. I'm okay with being alone. I don't need to go looking for validation. I don't need to go looking for drugs and alcohol to make me feel good. I feel good on my own. I would love to spend all day alone working on music, talking to the camera. I'd love to go hang out with people and stay sober, even if they drink. And I get to go home feeling completely clear, knowing full well what I said, what I did, and wake up the next day feeling great. And I don't need to live this life of constantly chasing the next drink. And a lot of it comes down to, a be more versus get more thing. Spending my whole early 20s devoting myself to just chasing down being in a successful band and failing at every turn, and chasing down just being like, guys, we need to do this, we need to do that, we need to do this, trying to force people to do my will, trying to force people to cooperate in my dream, and like everyone's got drug and alcohol problems, trying to force them into it. That's trying to get more. I think what's more important in life is trying to be more. Like all this pushing I did, all this racing for success, it wound me up living out of a bag as an alcoholic with fucking like dreadlocks in my hair with nothing. And that, like, trying to like be more is what I'm trying to do now. Be like sober, be good within yourself, be calm, be conscious of what you say, be someone that people can come to for like, for like solace. Like you could be that guy. You could be that guy who in like a world of insane people is like doing all right. You know how rare that is? Like doing all right within yourself. Someone people can come to and be like, whoa, and you're just like, yeah, I know. Like not just like immediately be like, oh, like, okay, I'm gonna explain. That probably made no sense. Life is fucking hard, and you're only making it harder on yourself with alcohol. You think it's making it easier. It's not. You're fucking dreaming if you think alcohol is making your life easier. It is destroying you. It is killing you. It's bad. It's bad stuff. It's bad shit. It's killing you. Okay? So what I mean by that is you could be the guy who has worked out some of their issues to the point where other people can look to you and say, like, Rob quit drinking. Like, what could I do? It really is like that. Like, because a lot of people never do. They have problems. They don't. You're an adult. You can go drink if you want. You're an adult. You can go to the store. I could go to the store right now and get booze. I'm not going to, because I fucking feel amazing and I never want to drink again. Like seriously, I honestly don't. Like, sobriety is like a sheet of armor that you get in a video game, and it's like everyone's trying to take this armor. The world is gonna try and strip you of this armor. But the armor gives you these superpowers. Like, sobriety is like being like a superhero. It's fucked. Like, you feel amazing. You're always fairly well rested. You have all your faculties all the time. Your brain is like just so clear. It's wild. It's wild. Like, I can't believe I wasted so many years drunk. And I can't believe I put myself in the situation of basically being homeless. I can't believe I put myself in the situation of going to the store every single day against my own will to buy alcohol that I knew was bad for me, just being like, fuck, just watching my bank account just get stripped down, just watching my dreams fly out the door, just fucking, it's crazy. And if you're in that, I totally feel it. I'm not sitting here trying to make you feel bad, because that was me not too long ago. And if I can do it, you can do it. What I suggest is you need to find a place like this room. Like, I hadn't had a room to myself in about 8 or 9 years, I think. Because, like I said, I got into a serious relationship early on. I was always at her house. We were living together, blah, blah, blah. I've been a very big couch surfer my whole life, always sleeping on couches in different places, blah, blah, blah. Getting this room and just having a place to go every night and sit down and just be, like, alone. Sometimes you need, when you're trying to get sober, for me, it was a unique experience to have a very bad time by myself. And you need to, like, sit there and work out these issues that you've been using alcohol to cover up. And I know that's horrifying. I know it's painful. But it's going to be better after. Life isn't going to be easy. It's going to be better after. I swear to you. Just try it. You can do it. You can do it. It's not going to be that hard. It is going to be hard. It is going to be that hard. But do it. It's worth it. This is your life. You're talking about the rest of your life here for maybe like an awkward year where you're going to be nervous about everything and craving alcohol and staying inside. I've quarantined myself from a lot of people, and I'm ready to kind of get back out and start seeing people I haven't seen in a long time, and I'm ready to start doing that and getting back out. But I was just very much in my room drinking soda water, working on music. And to me, that's what kind of Ramshi symbolizes, like this rebirth of myself, this rebirth of like the version of me that I was always supposed to be. As like this guy now who's talking to the camera. Like I always knew I was like a born to do something great, born to be somebody who was, I don't want to say better than average, but somebody who was um, aspirational, ambitious, somebody who is, you know, always reaching for something. And you can do that and be an alcoholic, but dude, you're fucking playing yourself if you think that you're doing even half of what you could do. Like you're not. Like if you're the type of person who doesn't just want to chill and you want to like create stuff, do stuff, go places, see things. Not everybody's like that. But if you're that type of ambitious person, if that's your personality, let's even say you're a leader, like you're kind of like a natural born leader, like that sort of thing, like stop drinking. Like it's gonna give you like the superpower that you need. Like you see these eyes, boy? You see how fucking clear these eyes are? I've been sober for fucking 11 months or so. 11 months, yeah. To the day, basically. Fucking clear as a bell. I can see through space and time. I can see into your soul through this camera right now. And I can tell you're a good person. And you should probably quit drinking if you're an alcoholic. Well, I think this has been a long enough video. I hope somebody watches this and enjoys it. I used to kind of go looking for videos like this late at night when I was wasted and feeling really sad. Probably crying. Probably just jerked off like 5 times. Laying in my own filth. Watching videos. So if that's you right now, just, you know, from one human being to another, like, you can do this, man. You can make more of your life. Like, please. Like, I have to believe you can because I believe that I can. You feel me? You feel me on that? You feel me on that, brother? Feel me on that, sister? It's kind of corny, but I love you. I love you so much, and I want you to have the best. I wish you the ultimate. Yeah.